Hey everyone, Knight here. Today I'm back for another Marvel's Avengers video. We are continue telling you everything you need to know about the Marvel's Avengers game. So let's get into it, shall we? Today we're resuming back where we left off. We're going to dive into the E3 interviews that happened while E3 was going on. Each day of E3, the developers receive fan questions and answer them live on social media. Here's the news we got out of that. Most of the game can be played single player offline. This is good for a lot of people who don't have a lot of friends on the game, and honestly, this is a big plus. There's a base of operations to go to multiplayer levels or back to the campaign. This is cool because this tells us we can leave the campaign. There's more stuff to do on the side. There's a really huge world to explore with many cool places to visit from the base of operations. This is nice. What this is telling us from the devs is that there's probably at least 2 to 3 different regions, maybe even more. Each character gets their own skill tree. There is leveling up. Their own skill tree, so not just like the same one. Nice. You can customize characters based on your playstyle. So I mentioned this before in my first video. You could play Iron Man completely dive bombing other characters, or you could play Iron Man focus on lasers and rockets. It's all up to you. You can customize heroes' costumes, gears, and skills, all of which are different. The game is story-driven, but also partially games as a service. All feature characters and regions will be delivered at no extra fee. I think later in the future I will have a video as to why games as a service for Marvel's Avengers is not a bad thing. We'll get to that at a later date. You can replay missions and as different Avengers. So that's news. And you can replay campaign missions, which usually you can do, but good news nonetheless. And as different Avengers. So I think the example that the developers used here is you could play, like, let's say you could play a campaign mission as Iron Man or Black Widow, and you chose to go through as Black Widow the first time because maybe it's more of a stealth mission. But if you want to play as Iron Man too, you could. If someone's more of an Iron Man, they can play as Iron Man, and they don't like that, like playing as Black Widow. The beta is for everybody, not just PlayStation, but PlayStation does get it a week early. Free roam is going to be in the game. Not just one open world, but free roam will be in the game in many different regions. So that's cool. Day 2, the interviews for that, we learned it's a single-player, narrative-driven cinematic game. The cinematic part's kind of cool because it's almost going to be like a blockbuster movie, but as a game. And it's nice. We know they've been working on this since at least 2017. There is a lot of choice in how the way you play through the game. New superheroes and regions will be added at a regular rate. Amazing! This will all be post-launch, but this gets me hyped up. Each character has a different mode of traversal, movements such as like flying, and we might have seen a little bit of Black Widow grappling on the bridge. So we got to look at that. Speaking of flying, movement such as flying is very rarely linear. The player often has full control over where the character moves and flies. It's a little bit different in A-Day because A-Day is more like the tutorial. They're teaching us how to fly, how to fight, all that stuff. The gear and costumes are different, so we know about gear, we know about costumes that they're different. Gear affects the character and how you play, while costumes are purely cosmetic. You can do what they call side missions, or divert from the main campaign and play as different characters when you're done with the level, which you might have to play as a specific character. They gave a non-committal answer to whether vehicles will be in the game, so maybe they'll be um like a motorcycle or something. We don't know yet, but hopefully. Now we know there's gameplay in the E3 trailer. There is actually gameplay. It looked very cinematic, which was what some people were worried about, but there's gameplay. It's a single-player story, and you can't play through the story as just one character. Some levels, as I might have mentioned, are tailored to specific characters. So maybe one level will make you play as Hulk because maybe you're not a Hulk main, but Hulk mains will just get to play as that. But some levels you have a choice of character, as I already mentioned. In those missions, you can team up with friends. So maybe just for the campaign, you have to choose one person. We'll see, because I think that's referring to Warzone missions, which we know about now. The game will try to match you with players at the same spot in the story as you. If you want to play with friends that you know, there will be an introductory level to get to know the world. So like if your friends are new to the game, all 5 characters in the 8-day trailer will be playable. Each character plays differently, and the game has photo mode. Amazing news. And the dev's explanation for this is there's going to be a lot of costumes. So they want to see how we use them and whatever. Uh, Thank you for watching. Make sure to tune in next time because we're going to be talking about San Diego Comic-Con and the footage and descriptions they gave there. Make sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed what I said, and subscribe, notification bell, whatever, to get notified when I upload new stuff. But anyways, thank you for watching. Have any comments, leave them in the comment section below, or like questions. I'll be sure to answer them. See ya!